In our world today, a lot of people think going into business is a waste of time. Starting a small scale business, they feel is all waste of fund, resources, and energy. No, I tell you, while looking for that white collar job, it is better you start a small business which can earn you money for yourself before getting that dream job of yours. So many believe getting a good grade and quality certificate in school will earn them a dream job. Now, in the pursuit of this job, why not start a business which can generate money for you before you get that dream job of yours? The question is, if you die today, what will you pass on to your generation? You see, you cannot pass your job, but you can pass your business on to your next generation. With this, I want to specially welcome you to Business Talk Show on Celebration TV. I am your host, Igbefwe John. We'll go on a short break, and when we are back, I'm introducing our guest for today, and I promise it's going to be a wonderful conversation which you are going to enjoy. Please stay with us as we take this break. Welcome back. In case you are just joining us, it's Business Talk Show on Celebration TV. And today we'll be talking about business. I have a special guest today with me in the studio. His name is Mr. Osayekwi Stephen. He's the CEO of a furniture business. Mr. Stephen, you're welcome.
Thank you.
I'm very, very happy to have you today to talk to us about business. Can you just tell us brief about yourself?
Actually, by the grace of God, I am Osayekwi Stephen, and I am the CEO of Osayekwi Stephen Limited. Osayekwi Stephen Limited is an industrial company that our vision is to build a new generation of Africa in terms of innovation and other things. Like, for example, we have some good product that we've introduced into the market, like the chairs for churches, hotels, and other places, and the school chairs, which has a special and unique design. So all these are the things that we're trying to come up with. And actually, we are really encouraged, most especially when I heard about this program. The mindset of an African man, it's quite different. So we've gone too deep in believing, or rather accepting, the suggestion of other people, while we have everything it takes within us to really get what we want.
Okay.
So that's it.
What is your business into?
The company, as I can say, is an industrial company. We are into so many kind of things like furniture,
Okay.
metalworks, painting, building, and so many things. Like, we want to make sure that everything we do within us still goes round within us.
Quite interesting. Now, growing up as a young entrepreneur, how has business been with you? Especially you being the CEO of a furniture company.
Yeah, well, to say that's not been easy, but thank God for where we are now. The beginning was more like hell, see reasons to fall back and all that. But when you already make up your mind for greatness, I don't think anything will ever be an hindrance or an obstacle or something that will discourage you.
All right. As a CEO, I believe you have people working with you, people who work in your company.
Yeah.
Now, my question is, the growth of a company, the expansion, productivity, increment of a company, does it lie in the hands of the owner or the workers, or how or where does the growth of a company lies?
Like for me, the growth of every company lies in the hands of the owner, of the CEO.
Okay, how do you mean, sir?
Because you already have your target, right? And the way you make move determines your followers, how to move with you.
Mhm.
If you as a CEO see your business as something that will grow, you have to take it more serious than the people you employ to work for you.
Quite interesting. Now, what's your relationship with your workers? The relationship with your employees, people who work under you. What's the relationship like?
My relationship with my employees, it's quite very fine. Try to balance it because if you check around, if your company must grow, it lies in your hands 90% and 10% in the hands of your employees.
Okay.
If you treat your employees very well, they will see reasons to help you grow your company. But if you're treating them like you are just using them like to enrich yourself or something, definitely not all will be happy with that movement. So they might have a double mind towards you. So the key thing is when you are dealing with your employees, it has to be plain. Business is business. Friendship is friendship. Time for laugh, it's time for laugh. No one should ever cheat each other. When it's due time to pay, don't hesitate.
Okay, place priorities.
Yes.
Okay, quite interesting. I want to ask a question.
Yeah.
How does it feel being a CEO? How has it been?
Well, sometimes I wake up at night and just say, "Whoa, this is me. I'm a CEO of a company." It has been a very, very good experience, and at the same time, a tough one. There are so many challenges that goes with it. Nothing good ever comes easy.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So it has battles, but the grace to withstand it all, it's all that really matters, and it's all I pray for.
So over the years, you've been into production of steels, furnitures, chairs, rebranding. How has been your experience with customers? Have you been able, most times you get contract. Have there been a time you failed to meet up? What is the reaction? How have you
Yeah.
been able to balance timely delivering?
The truth is, as a company that has a target, sometimes we convenience ourselves to make sure our customer get the best. If we give you a time, right, and the time it's something that we know will not favor the company, and we've already had an agreement, we have no choice as a company to make sure we meet up to that time.
So have there ever been a time you probably failed to meet up with your targets or meet up with customers?
Oh,
How has it been delivering? For example, somebody just called, Mr. Steven, I need 300 chairs in 1 week.
yeah.
How has been the pressure of ensuring delivering that chairs as at when due? Have you ever gotten a job that puts you in so much tight corner
Yes.
that you not want to fail?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, tell us about the experience.
It was sweet, but very tough. It was for me to deliver 100 chair in 1 week,
Branded chairs.
years, in 1 week, and I was in Ghana. Actually, the job came in Nigeria.
In Nigeria.
Yeah,
And
and
then
I
you were
was
in
in
Ghana.
So the
Okay.
agreement was because I'm running the both country.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nigeria and
Yeah,
Ghana.
yes.
Oh, quite
So
interesting.
the agreement was, can you do this in 1 week?
Okay.
Like this is when we need it.
The chair.
I said yes. Originally, it's not something that is everybody just can accept. Like, oh, well, yes, I'll do it. But I saw it as another trial, like another breakthrough, right? So I have to make sure, even me inconveniencing myself, I really did not care. But provided I meet up and I impressed the person, most especially when I know where the job was coming from.
Okay.
So, which I did. To the glory of God, I did it more than 100 within that period of
You're
time.
able to deliver.
Yeah.
Quite interesting. Now, I want to ask a question.
Yeah.
Quite large. In every contract you enter with a customer,
Yeah.
now I want to know your priority. Is it creating a lasting relationship with that customer or making profit on an instant?
Profit is good,
Yeah.
but every good businessman should consider relationship first before profit.
Okay.
Yeah, profit is good. Profit is what we all are working for,
Yeah.
right? But there are some relationship that's worth more than a temporary profit.
Okay. Can you expatiate a little?
Yeah.
Okay.
For example, this very chair we are sitting on
Yeah.
is our company's product,
Wow. Quite interesting.
right? So, and this came from the highest authority. The gain was not the mission on this particular contract. The profit was not really
The motivation.
no.
Creating a lasting
Yeah,
relationship.
because how it came and where it came from.
Okay. Quite interesting. Quite interesting. Okay. Well, building lasting relationship can earn you a lot of profits as time goes on.
Yes.
Quite interesting. Has there ever been a time you just feel like backing up, like, oh my God, I'm tired. I'm not sure I can continue this business.
Yes, several times.
So what was the dilemma? What was the challenge that you felt? Of course, being a CEO, it's not quite an easy task. You think when other people are sleeping.
Yeah.
So what experience you had that made you feel, wow, I'm tired. I can't continue doing this business?
It's because most of the times I always want to make sure I put my customers first.
Yeah, customers first.
Yeah. I go extra miles to
in
make
satisfying
sure
your customers.
I can even give myself injury to make sure my customer is okay. And my customer will not know that I had an injury just because of him or her.
So your customer satisfaction is your priority.
And in the midst of all that, I see reasons. When just imagine you did a job, right? And the person you did it for is happy. You that did it, you inconvenienced yourself. Like you try to settle bills around and other things. And you are not being choked for that contract. And the person you did it for is not even aware. Right?
Yeah.
Now, too many reasons for you to give up. Like most of the times, for me, I don't know about other people, but for me, right? I always feel this depression sometimes when I overstress myself
to get the job done.
Yes. Out of my own will, like I go extra miles.
The motive is to continually stay in business.
The thing is just to make sure I stay in business.
Okay.
But spending in where you're not getting from sometimes cause discouragement.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask that question. What are some of these challenges that you face as a businessman? Of course, it's not all round success.
Yeah.
A story cannot be complete when there is no ups and downs. So what are some of these challenges that you've encountered as a businessman? I know they are so numerous and you keep growing. So what are some of these challenges so that our viewers out there who are business owners, young entrepreneurs who are coming up will also know that it's not all round success. There are times you feel like giving up. So what are some of these challenges you've faced in your business?
In my own field,
one,
I have faced the challenge of insufficient funds.
You don't have enough money to pursue a contract or insufficient funds.
That's number one. As in, whatever you want to do as a businessman, you need capital that you actually have. If you have the brain, if you have the ideas without the capital, the idea will remain there.
Okay.
Right? And if you have the capital without the idea, the money will remain there. So most of the challenges I have faced in mine, it's financial.
financial
Yeah,
insufficient
yeah,
funds ratio.
insufficient funds.
Okay, we'll come back, but let's go on a short break.
Yeah.
Don't touch that die. It's still business talk show. We'll go on a short break, and when we're back, discussion continues. Welcome back from that break. And in case you are just joining us, it's still business talk show on Celebration TV. And we have been discussing on business. And Mr. Steven is still with us, the CEO of an industrial company where they produce steel, melters, furnitures. Mr. Steven, before we went on a short break, I was actually asking you a question.
Yeah.
I said, there's no business that doesn't have a bad side. It's not all about making profit. Sometimes you make losses.
Yeah.
So can you tell us some of your experience, that some of the challenges you faced in your business?
Actually, the biggest challenge I have faced in my business is in August when I was in Ghana and I had an opportunity to supply 100 chairs to Omega Fire Ministry headquarters.
Okay.
And that was directly from the authority.
Wow, from the Restoration Apostle,
Yes,
Professor
from,
Johnson
yes,
Suleiman.
from Apostle Professor Johnson Suleiman.
Okay.
And it came on a rush. Actually, it was supposed to be more than 100, but something came up and he said, okay, let me just bring up 100.
For a start.
Yes, let's see what it is. I said, okay, I took the offer and he gave me 1 week to deliver.
Wow. And you were in Ghana?
And I was in Ghana.
Okay.
We've not bought anything.
Materials.
Not bought anything. So, like 1 week started counting right from that day we had the discussion.
Yeah, you've sealed the contract already.
So I have to take a night bus. I checked the flight. The flight was too much for me to afford because of the time.
Wow, business sense.
Yeah. So I have to take the night bus.
Yeah.
I traveled from Ghana to Nigeria for about 30 hours on the road. From Ghana to Lagos, from Lagos to Abuja, all through.
And in the space of 1 week, you were able to deliver the chairs.
Yes.
Quite interesting.
So I went extra miles. Those are some of the challenges. You have no choice. There are contracts that will come. You don't have excuse.
You have to give in your best to deliver.
As a good businessman, as a man who is ready to run his company and get to the end of its vision, then you have to do whatever it takes.
Okay. Have there been times that you got into a contract and you made loss or losses from it?
Yes.
Okay. How is the feeling? How did you feel then? Did you feel like, oh, I shouldn't have done that contract? Or what was the motive?
The motive was to win the person that gave me the contract. My own motive was to win his heart.
Okay, sustainability. So you could get more contracts from that person.
Yes.
Wow.
So that's why
makes sense.
I went extra miles in space of including the profit that was supposed to be for the company, right?
Was put into the business.
I have to invest it back because of the time frame.
Okay.
What we are supposed to do with like 2 hours, because it's a company, we work by hour.
Okay.
So we not involve extra times, and that you're paying for it.
I'm sure.
Right?
Okay. Going by that, extra time, putting much labor. Have you had any time had issues, disputes in your workplace to settle, either you and your employees or your employees within themselves? Have there been issues that
they've been
managing
issues.
people takes a lot of strength.
It takes a lot of strength. Some do understand, some doesn't. Some has just after the payment, not the contract relationship between you and them. Not even they are not even bothered about the person that gave you the contract. There is just that available balance that they are doing.
What will you advise if I happen to be your brother or a relation, and I have this motive of going to school, and it's all about school.
Yeah.
And do you want me to also start a business of my own, even while going to school? Uh, does it really make sense to
Yes.
you? Should I just
Yes.
continue going to school?
Oh,
And
school is good. And I understand something about life. My little years on this earth,
yeah,
right? I have gotten an understanding that the way African is right now, you just do not need school alone to survive.
need a skill.
You need skills.
Maybe you need to have business mindset.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. School is good. It's perfect. Thank God Nigeria is doing well to their best.
So
I
outside your
believe we
school,
can-
you must have something
Yes,
doing.
after school, it's advisable. Okay, just imagine you come back from school, probably in the secondary section. You come back from school, during our days, we used to close by 1:30 or so. Okay, just imagine you come back from school 1:30. From 1:30 till about 5 to 6, what will you be doing?
Nothing, just playing around. So I should use that time to learn something.
Yeah.
Why? Quite interesting. that's huge.
Yeah. And what I understand, every human under the surface of this planet Earth has a gifting.
Yeah, has a
So
That's
the
true.
ability for you to
discover.
know or discover
that
what you are
gift.
good at, it's all that matters.
Okay, Mr. Steven.
Yeah.
Time will not actually allow us to go far, but before we call it a wrap, how or what has been your major success over the years? Like a major breakthrough for you over the years? What contracts have you hit that actually opened you to other contractors?
This very one I got from my father, Apostle Professor Johnson Suleiman.
Okay, the chairs you supply to
Yes,
Omega Fire Ministry
opened
International.
me to other ministries,
Wow, that's
like the
interesting.
ICGC Church in Ghana.
So after the
We
contract
have
you
a
had with
good-
Omega Fire Ministries,
Yes, after the contract I had with Omega Fire Ministry, it opens me.
wow, that's interesting.
It opens me. That is why I said, putting the customer first, it's all that really matters.
Helps you grow your business.
It helps grow business.
Quite interesting.
Fine, the company run at a great loss on that contract, but the loss was only in the financial aspect, right? But the profit came when the person who delivered it saw it and said, "You tried."
Actually projected to the future.
That was the best profit out of the whole contract.
Quite interesting. Mr. Steve has just said it all. Your business should be centered on satisfying your customers. One word for our viewers: encouragement, young people, entrepreneurs, starters, those that are still looking for white collar job. What's your advice to them?
Very short but powerful.
Okay.
My advice to young generations out there is there will always be a reason for you to give up on your dream. But that's ability for you to remain steadfast is all that you always pray for. Turbulence will come. Discouragement will come. Whether you like it or not, you can't run from it. You will see reasons to give up. But when you already know where you're going to, the things around you should not distract you from your journey. I advise you, keep all the good work, keep pushing, no matter what you do. Are you a shoemaker? Are you a furniture? Are you a painter? Give it your best. It will announce you some days.
Thank you very much for finding time to come on this show and tell us more about your experience. It has been a wonderful time having you in the studio.
Same here.
It's still Business Talk Show, and this is where we're going to call it a day. All thanks to all production staff that make this production a success. I see Will Barrett, Mr. Frank, Mr. Gabriel, and Peter Eze. All thanks to Mr. Olu and Nicholas Water. Passion will keep you when profit is not coming into your business. Develop passion for that business you do. Everybody has a passion, and that passion is a gift. Your certificate alone will not get you the job, but your certificate, what you can do when the certificate is not getting you a job. I still remain your host on your wonderful program, Business Talk Show on Celebration TV. It's bye for now.